Pleased to be joined by four-time PGA champion Tiger Woods. Tiger, really pretty solid round today. 5 birdies. Any one of those that might stand out to you as you think back to your round today?
Not necessarily the birdies, but the par putt I made on 18, which was nice. Making, I think, the big par putts were enabled over the course of a tournament, keep momentum of the round going, and that was a big putt for me to make after making a mistake on my tee shot, missing it left, and kept it rolling from there. And I made some good putts. For the most part of the day, I missed the ball on the correct sides. This golf course, you have to hit the ball in the fairway. You get a ball in the rough into the green, there's really no chance you can get the ball to the green. So I felt like I did a decent job of doing that, and the golf course is only going to get more difficult as the week goes on.
This is true. All right, let's start right here with number 1, Jeff.
Tiger, you came out nice and gave yourself some nice looks early.
Mm-hmm.
What's the when you haven't played a lot of competitive golf? What's the process of kind of building that rhythm again?
Well, I felt that my practice sessions have been very good. They've been very intense, and I felt like I got the flow of the round early at Memorial, and after taking 5 months off and got off to a quick start there, and there's no reason why I can't do the same here. And I was able to do that. I made a nice putt at 10 after Rory gave me a nice little look there. So I felt like I kept the round going most of the day, and I let a couple go here and there, but for the better part of the day, it was a very solid round.
Right along the way, number 2, Rex.
Tucker, you talked about some of the putts you made today. Can you just talk about the idea of why you wanted to go to the new putter and why it seemed to work so well today?
Well, I've been messing around with this putter for a better part over a year. Rob and I have been talking about, it's difficult for me to bend over at times. And so practicing putting, I just don't really spend the hours I used to. It wasn't unusual for me to spend 4, 5, 6 hours putting per day. I certainly can't log that with my back being fused. So most of the guys on the Champions Tour have gone to longer putters as they've gotten older because easier to bend over or not bend over. And so this putter is a little bit longer, and I've been able to spend a little bit more time putting. And it's also very similar to my sandwich. I putt with my sandwich all the time at home. I like feeling my right hand. I like blading putts, and I hit the ball on the equator. So not really that unusual for me to mess around with something a little bit longer. But I felt like I was able to spend the time, putting again and log in time, and felt like I was able to get ready for this event.
Bob, 3.
Tiger, because you said you have been working with it over the last year or so, what would have kept you from putting it in sooner? Is it not having the comfort with it yet, or the green surfaces?
No, it hasn't. It has nothing to do with that. It's in a couple of years ago, I put in the Ardmore, and I needed a change, right? And it's not unusual for me to make a few changes here and there with the putter, and I putted with the Nike method for a little bit, won a few events, but also there's something familiar with my other one. I've won a few events with it, but every now and again it needs to be benched, and this was a good week for it.
You ever think of putting that thing in a safe or I'm talking about the original, just based on how much you won with it?
Well, I've won with it. I've putted with even my first one I won with the Masters with in '97 was slightly longer than the one I've been using out of all these years. So I went to a little bit shorter putter at the time to let my arms hang, and was it '99, and I had a nice little run there in '99, 2000, and kept that length for pretty much my entire career.
Let's zoom out to Lucas. Lucas, you're up.
Tiger, 2 questions.
Mm-hmm.
First, how challenging was the rough today? And building off of that, how important was that third shot on 10 from the rough to set up the birdie on your first hole plate today?
Well, I got lucky on that lie. I hit it far enough right where it was burnt out, and I could hit the bottom, so which was fine. So able to hit a nice little flop shot up there and make the putt. But overall, this golf course, if you hit the ball in the rough and you get a ball that's into the green, there's really no chance you can get the ball to the green. So it's important to drive the ball in the fairway, and the golf ball's not going very far. These conditions the air's heavy and not flying, so it's important to get the ball in play.
Let's go to 4, please.
Were you in between clubs on number 8?
No, I mean, it's 229. It was slightly in off the left to the front, and I'd have to absolutely smoke a 4-iron to get there. And if I do that, I'm gonna turn it back into the wind. It's gonna get killed. So there's nothing wrong with, I thought, missing in that bunker, but when I got down there, the green was a little more baked out than I thought it would be, and the miss was probably short center and chip up there like JT did, and Rory put it up there.
Mark, 5.
Hey, Tiger, just 2 quick things. One, back to the putter for a second. Noda was joking on the air yesterday that he was quite certain that you probably had that resting against the nightstand back wherever you're staying this week. Is it in the area code, or are you just completely committed to what you have right now?
Well, I always travel with it.
Yeah.
Even when I was using the TaylorMade putter a couple of years ago, or was I was using the Method putter, it always traveled with me.
So come off the bench quickly if need be, then, obviously.
Well, I always mess with it. I mean, I've had it since '99. I mean, it's 21 years,
Yeah.
and I re-grip it all the time because the grip wears out, as you know, if you use it enough times and towel it off, it gets a little bit smaller. So I re-grip it quite often. So. But that putter's always traveling with me.
Mm-hmm. And just more of a general question on the round. I mean, a lot has been made, or we've all kind of examined how little you've played for the reasons you have. And in terms of the prep, what were your expectations coming in today? And when you look at the way you hit it today and putted, is 2 under?
Well, I thought
that?
I thought anything today in the red was going to be good. The way the forecast was, it was supposed to lift today and get a little more windy. I think the winds are supposed to be 17 to 20. That was the forecast this morning, and I felt like that if I shot something in the red, I'd be right there because the conditions were going to be tough this afternoon for the guys, and I was able to do it. I didn't think there were going to be that many guys at 4 under or better, but the greens were soft this morning. If you drove the ball in play, then you can get the ball close to some of these flags, and a few of them were a little bit more difficult than we thought.
Okay, we're going to end it with 2 Zoom calls real quick, gentlemen. Daniel, you're up, sir.
Yeah, Tiger, it looked like you were fighting a little bit of a hole off the tee. What causes that, and how were you able to fix it as the round wore on?
Yeah, those are toe balls, and toe balls usually go left. So, it's about, for me, getting the path oriented a little bit better. And I was able to do that and start hitting my little cutout there and hit it solid. And I turned a couple over, which was nice. And overall, I felt like I was able to make a few adjustments, out there during the round, and that's what you have to do.
Okay, we're going to wrap it up with Ron from the Chronicle. Ron, you're up.
Tiger, I don't know how much this happened maybe at the Memorial, but when you were introduced on the first tee at a major championship and there's just silence, how strange was that? And was there any one of your birdies where maybe you instinctively expected some sort of crowd reaction and got nothing?
No, but that's our new norm. That's I've experienced that a few weeks ago at a Memorial, and most of the guys have experienced that who started out playing the tour a little bit earlier than I did, and they've said it's just the way it is. This is our norm. It's going to be for a while. I don't know how long it's going to be, but the energy is different. Then you're not going to have as many distractions out there as well. There's really no one moving around. You don't hear the crowd noises. It's just different. It's probably the only way to say it. This is what we're going to have to get used to for the near future and probably for a while.